Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Thursday, October 21st. Quick question to start the show because we got a lot of things we're going over. That Uncharted trailer, I don't know why I love it so much. Seems like the rest of the internet's totally fine on it, but I was like, holy shit, this trailer. So I'm excited about that. Some Sopranos updates, which you love to hear that sentence come out of my mouth or any mouth in general. Not my mouth, just a mouth. It got weird. In-N-Out versus COVID. Battle of the decade. Bum, bum, bum. Kristen Stewart in talks, and by in talks, not with the studio or anything, just with people who are asking her questions on whether or not she would play the Joker opposite our Pats, our Bats, Batman. And I have questions, comments, concerns, and thoughts on her, what she wants to do with the villain character, but worth talking about. And Jamie Lee Curtis is the shit. Yet again, I love her. She was on the cover of magazine with her daughter, and she's got some really cool words to say. So we're going to go over all that stuff and more today, live at the Roxy. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat, and all that stuff. But before we get into any of that, I have a question for you guys. Where's Glenn? Does anybody know where Glenn is? I just want to make sure he's just rock star check-in. Where's Glenn? Just let me know if you guys, because he's missed a few shows, and you guys know I get really fucking nervous about people, so just check it in, and you guys let me know. Cool, thanks. All right, shout out to everybody who's in here live right now. I appreciate all of you guys. Manny's reminding me that it's Carrie Fisher's birthday. Yeah, my whole timeline, anytime it's Carrie Fisher's birthday, it's like the first celebrity whose birthday you know about, because all year long, people I feel like wait until later in the day. But when it's Carrie Fisher's birthday, I love that everybody's like, it's Carrie Fisher's birthday. And it's all different comments and stuff. He posted in the group. Okay, Sir Joker just reached out to him for me. Yeah, I saw that he posted on the Discord, but just, where's he been? I know he posted recently. Yep. All right. Okay. All right. Glenn's just taking a minute from the show. I get it. He started his own show. When Rob started his own channel, Rob stopped coming around here. I see him in here right now, but usually he stopped coming around here. When Glenn started his own show, sometimes there's a lot of stuff going on and people are working. So, okay. Woosah, my child. I'm the child. Let's go into the Streamlabs today. Help us this out. Let me know your questions, comments, concerns. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I told you guys all the plethora of things I want to talk about. We are live a little bit earlier today than usual because it is Thursday. Thursday is Winston and Roxy Day. I told you guys I'm working on a project with Winston, so we have been meeting on Thursdays, and we meet at 1, which means that this will be a toy half-an-hour show. Let me know all of your questions, comments, concerns early. Oh, Glenn in the house. Yes, Glenn says, hello and good day to you, Roxy. Thanks for hanging out with us today. How are you? Peace, bunnies, hugs, good stuff to you, your dad, Sky, Jet, Gary, Popo, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, rock stars, because you deserve it. I hope you each continue breathing in golden sparkles and bring in love and blow out stress and yucky energy with every inhale and exhale to break apart, move all types of energetic blockages so you attain balance and get to experience happiness and joy every day. Glenn, I'm just really happy you're here, because when you're not here, it doesn't feel right. Oh, I've put the heat on today. This is the second day this year that I've had to put the heat on, and I am like such an LA little bitch. I don't know better words for it. I am cold in Los Angeles, and my Boston self is mad at myself, but it was 68 degrees in my apartment. I was like, this is fucking cold. I'm putting it up to 72. None of that matters. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about the things that we're here to talk about today. Getting your Streamlabs, getting your questions, comments, concerns. Shout out to everybody who's in here right now, to Andrew Thomas, Lauren, Manny Gonzalez, Haskell 420, Silu Bonino, Matthew Gold. What up, Mod? to Sir Joker 40, my man, to Rob Fishback, A New Hope, to a new guy, Evan Hooker, Emmanuel Akinola, Demo Katabe, Brandon Mystical Mar. He's a mystical Mar. The Real Talk was Silos, Calvin Patel, George Pruitt, Glenn Caesar, the Zen one himself. Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you being in here. Another Streamlabs rolling through. And then I want to talk about that Uncharted trailer in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. A new guy says, I missed your cameo on Asiente, but it was a great 500th show. Do you know what number of Live at the Roxy we're on? Thank you for saying it was a fantastic show. I only popped in for 10 minutes because that's all I had this morning. I'm sure they did a great job, though. What number Live at the Roxy we're on? It's hard to say because, like, when did it was a weird launch. I used to do the bedroom reviews, and then we kind of switched into Live at the Roxy. And then I knew when we hit 365, but I really don't know. I would guess probably 500. I probably just hit 500 too. I really don't know. But Rob, 365 was days in a row, not Live at the Roxy's, right? Or are we just going live at the Roxy when I started this show, but not when I started going live? Because I was going live before that. I don't know. I don't know. All right, what I do know is I watched Uncharted, the trailer, and it was fucking great. Here's what I do every time I watch these trailers now. I watch the trailer. So if it's a Marvel movie, a DC movie, a Star Wars movie, a Star Trek movie, a nerd movie, video game movie, any kind of movie like this, immediately after I watch the trailer, I go over to two different places. Real Rejects, heavy spoilers. Real Rejects, heavy spoilers. And I watch their videos. I cannot plug these two channels enough. They have way more followers than I do, so they don't need my fucking plugs. But these are the two places I go watch, and then I talk to you guys about it. And I love both these places. So when I went over to Real Rejects, it was cool because I feel like the guys over there played Uncharted at some point, but are not like die hard. Here's everything that's going on. But they didn't like this trailer as much as I seemed to like it. And usually they're all nerdy out about things. And this one, they were just kind of like, it was fine. And then I went over to heavy spoilers and I learned a ton about Uncharted that I didn't know about. So I've never played this video game before. I know nothing about Uncharted. The only things I know are that when Mark Wahlberg was initially cast, he was cast as the younger person. Then he aged out of that. Then he became the older person. I believe their names are Nathan, Drake, and Sully. And so he plays Sully. Tom Holland plays Nathan Drake. Might be making up his name, but I think that that's right. And then there's another girl in this named Chloe. And Chloe is, all right, this is what I learned on heavy spoilers. Chloe is the love interest of Nathan Drake, but then he meets, I wrote Alice, I think I meant to write Alana or something. He meets another girl. He ends up with another girl. We also know that from the video games that Drake has a brother. And from this trailer, I think they're using that, but I don't know that we're going to get to the brother in this movie. Sounds like they have plans for a sequel with different love interests and brother stuff. So what this trailer, why I liked it is because obviously I'm a Boston girl, so I love Mark Wahlberg. I feel like Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland have really good chemistry. And I thought the trailer was funny. A lot of people were saying that they felt like the music was not like piratey enough. I think the way that it was described in Real Rejects was that it was not swashbuckling enough. Because I don't know the game at all, I have no attachment to the game. I just thought, this is a great fucking song. I am enjoying myself. obviously I'm a rock and roll girl in my heart, so of course I love this song. And I'm just sitting there kind of bobbing my head, watching the chemistry, laughing at the trailer, and I was really into it. I was really fucking into it. There's complaints about Wahlberg always being Wahlberg and Holland always being Holland. With Wahlberg, I feel like that's a little more fair because I do think that he plays a lot of iterations of himself. He's got that accent, Boston forever. He's got that look, the muscles. He's just Wahlberg. It's kind of like The Rock. Although I think there are more layers to him. And so people seem to be frustrated sometimes when he's playing a different character that he doesn't lose himself in it. I don't understand that criticism about Tom Holland as much because he hasn't been around as long and he's such a kid. One of the things that was weird for me though is that if this girl Chloe, I think the actress's name is Allie, if she is his love interest, I don't know why I look at Tom Holland like a little boy. Like I can't for some reason him having Zendaya as a love interest in Spider-Man, they both look like kids to me. And so it's like, they're playing high schoolers in that. So I'm like, oh, you both look like high schoolers. It's a high school love. But Tom Holland, maybe because of Spider-Man, Tom Holland to me looks like he is 16 years old. And so I don't know in this game, are we supposed to think he's like an adult and sexy? Because to me, I look at him, I know he's of age. I know he's in his 20s or something. But to me, he looks like a child. He looks so young. He looks like a kid. So it's weird. It's weird to be like, I don't know. It's just strange. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Getting your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts on the Uncharted trailer. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you not? Ben Rayner says, not knowing anything about the game, I love this trailer. Me too. The song was weird, but I loved the trailer. Also loved the Red Notice trailer too that dropped. Are you talking about the trailer that dropped for that a little bit ago with the scene for Tudum? Because I didn't see a full trailer. I only saw that one scene. I thought it looked good, fine. This to me was really fun though. Maybe people who don't play the game like this trailer better. Maybe the people who play the game like it a little worse. Oh, they're both 25? A new guy? Who? Him and Zendaya or him and the girl in this movie? Because she just looks like a woman and he looks like a kid. And sometimes that happens. Yeah. Real Talk with Silas is not going to lie. It was weird seeing him hold a gun and shoot it because he looks so small. Not small in size, just small in age. He looks so young. Looks like a little baby. He's a little baby. Going into Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Brennan Marr in the house. Thanks, Brennan, for your support. He says, hello there, Roxy the rock star. Hello. You're all kinds of awesome. What's the first film you remember seeing in a theater? Happy Carrie Fisher's birthday and happy Dune Day. The first movie, everybody always asks me the first movie I saw in the theater, and I know this is such a lackluster answer, but I have no idea. I have this weird mental block with movies. I don't remember any movie experiences until I was out here reviewing movies. Like I really don't remember. We used to go to the movies all the time as a family, but I don't remember it at all. So I don't know. I have no idea. Probably some Disney movie because I grew up in the 90s. So probably something like that. And it sucks with questions like these, which I love that you ask, but I think that the way that you remember things like this, if you don't remember yourself, is you call your mom, and my mom's dead, so I can't call her. And when I call my dad's like, I have no fucking idea. My dad was like my dad's awesome. You guys know I talk about my dad all the time on the show, but it was my mom. My mom was the one like full blown parenting, like really doing the damn things, taking us places and to every recital or rehearsal or practice or whatever. So I don't know what my first movie experience was. I don't have anybody to ask. It's so strange feeling. So I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that. And then happy Carrie Fisher's birthday. Yes. And happy Dune Day. D. Steph and I are going to go see Dune tonight. I know that it airs on HBO Max in like 3 hours, but we wanted to see it for the first time in theaters because it's supposed to be such a spectacle. Skeptical? No, spectacle is right. She was right the first time. She should have stopped while she was ahead. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. see what you guys got going on. Glenn Caesar says, may you find your never-ending fountain of happiness and joy and get to drink from it whenever, wherever you can. I hope you remember to say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique, I'm worthy, my story is important, deserves to be seen and heard, and may you breathe in more golden sparkles of love as you inhale and blow out the stress and yucky energy whenever, wherever you need to in each of your days, weeks, months, and even your years. Remember, we're all still alive, so be you a sparkling diamond. I'll do the best that I can to be me, Glenn. Appreciate you. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, Apollo 3-Day Pieces. I know I'm in the minority, but I don't get the Tom Holland love. I'm just some dude, but in my opinion, his American accent is kind of bad, and he's vanilla as fuck. Huge fan of Wahlberg, though. Also, the director, Ruben Fleischer, is one of the better journeymans out there. Yeah, I think a lot of the conversation around this trailer is about Ruben's direction. When it comes to a video game movie, we know there haven't been great ones in the past. I'll be interested to see what he is able to do with this, as I do think that he is capable of making a good movie. And based on this trailer, I feel like it's certainly possible. Yeah. Wow. I'm looking at some of his other stuff right now. This is interesting to see. He did a couple of episodes of Santa Clarita Diet, which I didn't know either, which you guys know I loved that show. Superstore, Zombieland Double Tap, that part I did know. Venom. Yeah, a lot of Funny or Die stuff, so that's where maybe some of the humor comes from. People seem to really like him, so I feel good about it. Andrew Thomas says, great Scott! Happy Back to the Future Day, Roxy. You look good and sexy in green today. Thanks, my friend. I didn't know it was Back to the Future Day. Everybody go buy Brad Gilmore's book. Quick plug. All right, what else is going on? Send in your Streamlabs, your thoughts. I want to hear from you. Let's talk a bit about this In-N-Out versus COVID thing. Oh boy. So In-N-Out decided that they didn't want to require proof of vaccination to serve people. This has been interesting. LA Times did a big article on this and their fight over the COVID vaccination rules, and that this could be the start of a bigger battle and more corporations might start following what In-N-Out's doing. This is the quote from In-N-Out. They said, as a company, In-N-Out Burger strongly believes in the highest form of customer service. And to us, that means serving all customers who visit us and making all customers feel welcome. We refuse to become the vaccination police for any government. This is kind of fascinating. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are about this, because in saying that they want to make all customers feel welcome, obviously people who don't want to be around people who are not vaccinated feel unwelcome based on this. So it's kind of like priorities in this moment. You guys know, if it's your first time watching, I'm double vaxxed. I'm extremely pro-vaxxed. I'd get vaxxed a third time if I could. Who understands? I'd vote for Obama a third time if I could. I got my grandparents their third vaccination. I am a believer in science through and through. I also feel like the rules get really sticky here. We want to protect people, but also freedom of choice over things, and people are allowed. I don't think that we should mandate vaccines for people to be citizens of this country, or for people who are citizens to be part of this country. I don't know that if I believe in your body, your choice, I don't know that I can force anybody to do that, but I do think we can restrict what people are allowed to do. It's very complicated. I have a lot of mixed feelings on this. How do you guys feel about In-N-Out not complying with these rules? What should happen with them? Is this going to start a bigger thing? This is coming from DJ Jenkins on Twitter. Says, Something I missed in the San Francisco shutdown, an In-N-Out story. The restaurant is back open serving food outdoors and takeout. Since the notice of closure was issued, the business has taken steps to comply and since resumed operations for outdoor dining and takeout only, because that is something that they're using to help get around this. What do you guys think? Y'all are dead ass quiet too. It's a weird topic to talk about, I know. And if you don't want to, guess what? It's live at the Roxy, but you guys are the rock stars, so we get to decide to move the fuck on. Sure. Why not? Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, Hey, Dimple Tits, Roxy, how are you doing? I'm unfamiliar with the game, but I'm all in on Uncharted. Me too. It looks like Jumanji meets Indiana Jones meets National Treasure. Yes, you couldn't have described that better. I'm ready to go on an adventure and have a ton of fun. The hair looks beautiful. Thanks. It's still wet because I just showered, but it's drying. It's drying like Ryan. Who's Ryan? No fucking idea. No idea. Wow, Rob, you're going to be going to In-N-Out for the first time in December? Yes, Rob. By the way, just a reminder, tickets are going to be going on sale very soon for our December live event, which is December 3rd at Harvell's in Santa Monica. We cannot wait to release those tickets so that we can do a whole World Friends thing. We are also going to be live tonight for World Girls. Don't forget, we're going to be doing different table reads of different scenes from all of our favorite Halloween movies. So you guys can submit those scenes. You can tell us how to do those scenes. Do it in a British accent. Do it like you're Indiana Jones. Do it like this, whatever it is. Make it a comedy. So we're very excited for the show tonight. The actress in me is living for this. Moving on, going forward, let's talk a little bit about Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis is the fucking shit. I saw that Jamie's daughter, Ruby, shared her coming out story, and there was a magazine cover to accompany this. I think it was People or something. And for those of you guys who do not know, Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, Ruby, is trans, and Jamie Lee Curtis has done a lot of she's asked her daughter if she could speak to all different magazines to try to help shed light on the journey to becoming her daughter being trans and what it's looked like for her family and all of those things to try to help the older generation adapt to some of these things that are new to them, like pronouns and all of that. And so one of my favorite things was that that she said that she is, I want to get this absolutely right. It was about her journey, how she is learning on this journey or whatever it was. It was really beautifully stated. She said, I'll find that for you guys in a second, but she's just done a really beautiful job. Her daughter, Ruby, said, helping others is something everyone should do. I don't think it's only our household thing. It should be a human thing. And then Jamie Lee Curtis quoted that and said, proud to be her mother today more than ever, which is really, really cute. Does anyone know the exact quote that I'm talking about? I thought I took a screenshot of it, but it was essentially her saying that she is learning and forever on this journey. And I thought the way that she explained it is that she's honored to be a student to her daughter. And I thought that was really cool. So just a shout out to her and anybody out there who, especially during this time with everything going on with Chappelle and everything that's always going on in the trans community, anybody who's shedding positive light on stories that are beautiful and how being trans and transitioning and becoming your full true self not only can make you, but can also make your family more whole and better, because when you're living your truth, everybody around you gets to be better and live their truth. So I'm excited about the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis seems like a good person because so many people these days just don't. She said, this is what her statement was. I'm a grateful student. Those were the exact words. I'm a grateful student. It's learning new terminology and words. But if one person reads this, sees a picture of Ruby and me and says, I feel free to say this is who I am, then it's worth it. Which I love. Which I think is really beautiful. And sweet. And yeah, that if anybody reads that and feels that way. So anyway, shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis. Just a quick one for her. Send in your Streamlabs, your thoughts on anything we're talking about today. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Would love to hear from you. Hitman Hudson in the Streamlabs says, been watching this show, Succession, and OMG, this is a work of genius. I love this show so much. Also, this proves once and for all that Whataburger is better. Isn't Whataburger based in Texas, and doesn't that have some issues in general as well? Succession is awesome. I fucking love that show. We've only had one episode this season, but it's been awesome so far. Leonard Kim says in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, I don't necessarily love or agree with that opinion from In-N-Out, but at the end of the day, it's their prerogative. It's their business. So if they feel this strategy is best for them moving forward, they have the right to make that decision. Well, I don't know that they do legally, but it's an interesting opinion, and I'm not sure. No, there's no Whataburger in LA, Rob. But I had it when I was in Houston. To be honest, I don't really love fast food burgers. In-N-Out's okay. I like it a lot for a fast food burger, but to me, I like a thick, juicy burger. I don't like a Burger King, McDonald's burger as much as I like a fucking burger. I love burgers, but I like where's the meat? A lot of these places like a bunch of really thin cardboardy burgers that you have to stack up. Whataburger is good. In-N-Out's good. I would eat an In-N-Out burger over a lot of other things, but still, it's not like the burger that I love in LA that's a chain is Umami. It's more expensive than In-N-Out though. I think their burgers are like $9 and they're a chain, but it's not fast food. It's sit down and it's not like a crazy, crazy expensive burger, but it's still a more expensive burger. The Umami burgers are so fucking yummy. I love Umami burgers. I really love them. That's my shit. And their fries are awesome too. Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see. Apollo said something, but I think he said not to read it out loud, so I'll read it later. Stream Watcher says in the Streamlabs, I don't know if you know who Hassan Piker is, but recently he sparked a huge debate about exploitation of sex workers because he posted a video at a strip club. Do you think brothels and or prostitution should be legalized and regulated? Would that make it safer? Great question. I don't know who Hassan Piker is. I do think that prostitution and brothels should be legalized, but I don't know enough about the situation to speak on it fully. I think that the reason that I say I don't know enough about it fully is that I would need to talk to more sex workers to know what they wanted and what would be helpful to them, because it's like when cannabis was being legalized, the way that it was being legalized, actually a lot of people who were pro cannabis were anti how it was being legalized, because first for it to go decriminalized, and then that makes it sometimes more challenging to go to legalized, or it might take a little longer. So I would need to talk to more sex workers to know what it is that's best for them. But for me, as long as you're not hurting anybody, anything that you do should be legal. So if that's your business, if that's your job, then that should be what you're doing should be legalized. And there's nothing wrong with being a sex worker. So if it would protect them and give them more rights and give them more safety, then absolutely it should be legalized. But if what they're looking for is something different, then that's something I would need to know. So, and yeah, I do think it's weird when people go to strip clubs and they take all of these videos and then they post them. It's not the point. So I just looked down and Winston was calling me and I was like, oh, I'm live right now. But then he said, my bad, forgot you were live. Winston, are we meeting at 1? Let me know. I told them I had to be out of here at 1. Or are you here? Because then I can ditch them quicker. I don't mean ditch you guys like I want to ditch you guys. You guys know that's just the way that I talk. Send in any more questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Would love to hear from all of you. Kristen Stewart was asked about if she would play the Joker to Robert Pattinson's Batman. And they said that, and she said that she would not that she likes the Joker, but that's not the character that she would play, but she would like to play some kind of a villain. Remember, not only were they co-stars in Twilight, but they are ex-lovers. So I always think, like, damn, that's got to be hard if you guys are going to do something together. That's got to be really challenging. But if she's up for the battle, I'd love to know from you all at home, what villain would you want to see her play? I think that she could play a really good DC villain. I don't know exactly who. I think if we're going to do the Joker again, we've got to make it different. And having Kristen Stewart be the Joker is not the worst idea I've ever heard. I think we need a little bit of a break from the Joker, but it's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Calvin said she could be Poison Ivy. That's one that keeps coming up a lot as well. Livewire, that would be cool, Alex. Livewire on the CW shows was cool. Send in the rest of your thoughts. And then before we get out of here, because I do want to make sure that I go meet Winston, I also wanted to talk about the Sopranos announcement. That's not really a full announcement, but a little bit of an announcement. As you guys know, I'm a diehard Sopranos fan. The CEO of Warner Media said that the Sopranos prequel film, Many Saints of Newark, did so well that they're talking to David Chase about a new series, Sopranos related, at HBO Max, which is wild. David Chase has said if he was to return to the world, it would be a story set after the late 60s and 70s of the movie, but before the original series, which began in 98. I think a lot of this is because how could we do anything post-Sopranos when one of the biggest what happens of all time in TV history is the finale of Sopranos, where it's supposed to be you don't know whether Tony lives or dies. And if we did anything in the future of Sopranos, then it would be really hard to make it to not address what happened there, even though I very clearly think I know what happened. It would be more definitive if we did something later. So I would like to see a series. I always wanted to see the prequel be a series, not a movie. I would love to see something that takes place between the movie and the show. And Mo Sopranos, Mo better. So if it sucks, then that would be a definite negative to the legacy. But if it was great, imagine that. Imagine if this was a Better Call Saul situation where you're Breaking Bad, which is one of the best shows of all time, and then Better Call Saul is like fucking awesome. That would be very cool. So what are you guys' thoughts? Let me know. Send in Streamlabs. Any last minute thoughts about Kristen Stewart and who she would play, on Jamie Lee Curtis and her daughter and their awesome story, on the Uncharted trailer, on In-N-Out versus COVID, the battle of the century, battle of the burgers and the vaccines, or on the Sopranos sequel. Would love to hear from you guys all. I'll be back tonight for World Girl Thursday this week, because World Girl Wednesday, Dee had to go see that Machine Gun Kelly concert last night. How is she not going to see MGK? So we'll be doing that tonight and then seeing Dune. Send in those last minute questions, thoughts, comments, concerns before I go get Winston. In the Streamlabs, we've got some things rolling on through. Glenn Caesar says, "Nah, Roxy, unless you kick me out and ban me from being a rock star, never, Glenn, or a world friend, then I'm not planning on disappearing. I might take a day or 2 or 3, but that's only when my brain is wonky and I can't tolerate sitting up straight and watching YouTube. Totally get it. Just want to make sure you're okay. Being unselfishly and loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, as well as being kind, caring, and fully unique, makes you humane, worthy, and a cozy fire. Fire to be near." I said fire thing. "Thanks for being dope, a priceless treasure, and an inspiration." Roxy Rockstar's ever written who's battling. Thank you for choosing to. Thank you for showing up and being a support for the people around you whenever, however you can. Doing all of that, even when it's tough. Tough challenge makes you a winner. Winner chicken dinner. When you win, we all win. Thanks, Glenn. Love you, my dear. Dirt Hagens, what up? Dirt says, "Hey, Roxy, can't wait for the table read show tonight. Have a great day." Thank you. I will do my very best. I appreciate you and everyone who's in here. Shout out to all before we get out of here. Check your internet, make your bed. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Brett Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them, for killing Breonna Taylor. And put down the toilet seat and live. We don't want those buffoons. Thank you to Alex Piper, Christian Hardesty, Matthew Gold, Emmanuel Akinola, Rob Fishbeck, Joseph Ashley, John Bainbridge, Real Talk with Silos, Manny Gonzalez, Rob Fishbeck, Calvin Patel, DK, Sir Joker, New Guy, Murderanta, Lauren, Can You Loses, Swaggy Blurred. What do you want for lunch? I don't know, but something. I'm fucking hungry. Maybe we do Mendo again. I'll come talk to you right now, though. Ben Rayner. All right, friends. Stay safe, stay sane. I'll see you tonight for World Girl Thursday. Woo.